Hi everyone, for today's lesson, we'll be learning about ratio. Let's take a look at our question. John and Peter had some money in the ratio 5 to 7. Over the weekend, John saved $27 while Peter saved $6. As a result, the ratio became 5 to 4. How much did John have at first? For this question, we're looking at the ratio of John to Peter. In the beginning, before there were any changes, the ratio was 5 to 7. Over the weekend, John saved $27 while Peter saved $6. And so the changes are that John now has $27 more. So here we have plus 27 for John. And Peter now has $6 more, so we have plus 6 for Peter. And as a result, the ratio after became 5 to 4. This is a ratio question where all the elements change. The amount of money that John has changes, the amount of money that Peter has changes, the total amount of money that they have changes, and the difference between John and Peter changes. When solving a ratio question where all the elements change, what we need to do is change the ratio such that we will have an equal number of units for the after ratio. To have an equal number of units for the after ratio, we will look for a lowest common multiple and multiply. The lowest common multiple of 5 and 4 is 20. And so we will rewrite the ratios over here, John to Peter. Here there are 5 units for the after ratio for John. To get 20, 5 needs to be multiplied by 4. And so we will multiply all the elements on John's side of the ratio by 4. Here we have 5 units, and 5 times 4 will give us 20. Here we have plus 27, and plus 27 multiplied by 4 will give us plus 108. And here we have 5, and 5 times 4 will give us 20. We have 4 units for the after ratio for Peter, and 4 needs to be multiplied by 5 to get 20, and so we'll multiply all the elements on Peter's side of the ratio by 5. Here we have 7 units, and 7 times 5 will give us 35. Here we have plus 6, and plus 6 multiplied by 5 will give us plus 30. And here we have 4, and 4 multiplied by 5 will give us 20. And now we have an equal number of units for the after ratio. And since the after ratio is 20 to 20, what we can do is this. We see that we have 20 units for John plus 108, and this will be the same number as these 35 units for Peter plus 30. And so now working, we write that 20 units plus 108 is the same as 35 units plus 30. And now we want to have the elements with the units on the left side of the equation. So on this side, we want to find the difference between 35 units and 20 units. So we'll take 35 units minus 20 units. And this will be the same as the difference between plus 108 and plus 30. And this is simply 108 minus 30. We can use a number line to see why this is so. If we add 108 to a certain number, our answer will lie here. And if we were to add 30 to this same number, our answer will lie here. So looking at the number line, we can see that the difference between plus 108 and plus 30 is represented by this portion over here. And so the difference is 108 minus 30, as we have done so in our working. The difference between 35 units and 20 units is 35 minus 20, which gives us 15 units. And this is the same as 108 minus 30, and this gives us 78. To find the value of 1 unit, we will take 78 and divide by 15, and this will give us 5.2. The question asks, how much did John have at first? To find the amount of money that John had at first, we will refer to the original before ratio. When solving a ratio question where all the elements change, to find the number of items, or in this case, the amount of money, we always refer to the original before ratio. Be careful not to make the mistake of referring to the modified ratio or the after ratio. So over here we see that the amount of money that John had at first is represented by 5 units. So over here we write in our working 5 units. And to find the value of 5 units, what we will do is take 5 and multiply by 5.2, which we have found to be the value of 1 unit. 5 times 5.2 will give us 26. And here we have found our answer. John had $26 at first.